Well, YouTube, 2020 is gone and 21 is here. I have made 500 videos probably this year, and none of them are worth putting out. I know I kind of said that here in a video a while back, kind of an update deal, but this is just if I told you that 2020 was bad for me, it was good and bad at the same time. I really won't get into it, but the reason I haven't put any videos out is because basically this disease kind of sucked, and had a lot of people off work and covering, and family was out, and you know how it is. So I'm not going to sit there and bore you with it. So let's get started and what's going on and why I didn't put many videos out. I had a rash of 95 to 98 Chevrolet pickups come to me. 3 different trucks. A 97 I bought in March of last year, of 2020. Was not able to I videoed a lot of it, but I was not able to finish it because we had to turn around at work, and then this garbage hit, and it changed everything. And the guy who I actually bought it from, it was a 97 extended cab, short bed, 2-wheel drive, 350 automatic, supposedly not a runner. I trailered it on the truck, got it home, put a jumper pack on the battery. The thing started right up. I don't know why. He isn't very mechanically inclined, and I don't know if the battery was dead and didn't feel like jumping it or what. It didn't make any difference. I had to put a radiator in it, fuel pressure regulator, plugs, wires, brakes all the way around. The actuator that changes the climate controls from defrost to vent, floor, was stuck. I never got the air conditioning fixed. The headliner looked terrible. The carpet really needed to be replaced, but the truck wasn't bad. Little clear coat coming off. I bought it for $500, clear title. Like I said, Vortec 350 thing ran great, and power windows and everything worked except AC when I sold it to him. And I actually sold it back to him for $1,800, don't remember. It was a quick sale just because I hadn't finished it up yet, and so it worked out great. The next one was a 98 Z71, broken distributor where the screw goes in. I did a video on it, replacing the actual spider injection on it. When I was done, it seemed like there was one other thing I did. Maybe not, doesn't matter. Thing run fine. Give it back to the guy, and immediately, well, not too long. Maybe I should go a month after I give it back to him. The transmission went out. He sold it to somebody. He said he loved the truck, run great when I was done. Next one was a 95 short bed, 2-wheel drive, 4.3 V6, 5-speed, spider injection, a whole mess of stuff. Did some videos on it, never put them out. I may put all that stuff together. All right, let's go on. 08 Suburban update. Everything was fine until about 6 days ago. I got in it, took it down the road, started hearing something from the rear end. Jacked it up, pulled the diff cover, had some metal on the plug. Mind you, I rebuilt this rear end. You can go back to videos if you're interested in it. Pulled the drive shaft, the pinion is loose. I don't know yet if it's the nut come loose or if one of the bearings went bad. I'll be able to tell that, and I'll try to video that. So luckily I found the box that I had ordered the parts for, the bearings and everything for before. I just found it. So anyway, okay. 98 BMW. I did an engine swap from a 97, the blue one you've seen in the past. I did the swap. It's been done for a month or so. Can I get the car to start? It has something wrong. Either I have missed a ground wire somewhere that I cannot find, which I don't think I have, or for some reason the security system was set off. I'm not getting a security light. The car still cranks. It has fire. It will not turn the fuel pump on, and will not actuate, the injectors themselves are not pulsing. I'm not getting injector pulse. So squirt a little ether should fire right up. So it tells me that something, and I replaced everything, guys. Honestly, I pulled the fuel pump, it was new. I rechecked it, it's fine. I pulled the relay, I pulled the fuse in the trunk, everything is fine. I've checked the fuse in the front. I'm not getting power to it while cranking, which you're supposed to be able to do. I replaced the cam sensor, crank sensor. I mean, I can't tell you all the stuff I've replaced, so I'm probably going to end up having to haul that to somebody. Since you guys know also, if you watch the channel religiously, which I know not all of you do, for everything else, mostly all that stuff, but my shop roof came down. I've drug a whole mess of stuff over here. It looks like a disaster area, and I'm sorry, but I'm just out of space, and I can't get rid of anything until the weather gets better, and I get rid of a couple of projects. So I just finished a 94 Buick Century for somebody. I videoed none of it, and that is the last car I'm taking on from somebody else's until I can get my stuff caught up. So LS stuff is coming, I promise. The 68 wagon, that's going to be cool. I promise you, I've got something now in mind. and we're going to go from there. This is the BMW I stripped. So I'm keeping it here until I get this one running, just in case I need some parts off of it. There is my 76 Malibu, the 5.3 swap. I have plans for it. Just broke my brand new taillight pulling out the other day. This is the Ford Ranger that was over at the shop. This is the last thing. The roof is crushed on it. I could not get it out. I am getting it tore down. Most of it is now partially down. The inside is completely separated from the neighbor's roof. That's the problem. It's been this last 6-7 months. The roof is crushed. The hood is crushed. That's how it works. All right, let's go in the garage. And it is about 40-mile-an-hour wind. Oh, just about dropped the camera. And it is cold out here. Hang on, sorry about the vomit cam. Okay. Let me put this down. This box is kind of heavy with all the bearings and stuff in it. All right, in here, charging up my batteries from my winch because I went to go use them the other day and they were all dead because I haven't been here. So that's how it works. 77 Malibu. I know I've already done videos on this. I have done nothing since the last one, but I am getting on it, I promise. Like I said, got to do some other things first. Garage is still a mess. Nothing I can do about that till I get concrete poured back. I really have to wait till spring. The guy who's doing the tear down the shop, he seems like a straight shooter. Won't know. He did a decent job. He got the Ranger pulled out for me with no extra damage to it at all. Didn't steal anything out of it. They took everything else out that was metal and took it down the scrapyard. I was fine with that because I didn't have time to mess with it. I know that's going to piss some people off, but I just don't have choice. So that's, you know, what can you do? That's how it works. So I will have to go through all this stuff. Half of it is LS swap stuff. No, a third of it's LS stuff. A third of it is Ford Mustang 65 parts and Lincoln motor that's going to go in the Mustang. And the other third is Malibu parts. So I guess I better say it that way. So if you look, you can actually tell what I'm talking about. I think I've already done this video. I don't remember if I put it out because I've done so many of these and they just were so bad. So I have all the front end parts, the 65 Mustang. There's a rear end 8-inch factory. That's the motor out of the 88 Lincoln Town Car. Is probably going to go in it. AC compressor off of the Malibu before I did the swap. It's actually got a updated version, so it's got a different compressor and brackets, and that doesn't make a difference. All those parts are out of the 77 Malibu. There's games in there, probably. I don't remember. There's several decent down here. There's Mustang Pinto parts. There's the sway bar. Golf clubs I'll probably never use again. Signage. Garbage, 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 garbage. Back here is more of just a mess. This is the one that needs the concrete done, and like I said, I may get a hold of that guy if he does a good job and he sticks to his word. And the money that was I already gave him over half, which helped me out. He ended up knocking the sales tax off of it. I don't know if it's legal or not. It's not up to me. He tells me what to pay, I'm paying it. So I'm not going to argue with him if he's going to knock $1,500 off of it, because it basically was, with tax and everything, was going to be almost $15,000 to have the building tore down. So if I can get it for $13,500, you know what? I'm not going to argue. So anyway, 65 Mustang. I haven't started it because the BMW's been in the way and for the last 2 or 3 months. So I'll do something there. Okay, I've already done a video on this, have not put it out, but this is interesting. Dealing with somebody. I was donated a 1972 402 big block Chevrolet. She is locked up. It was running when it was pulled 15 years ago, one of those deals. I have not pulled the spark plugs. Everything was sealed up. Carburetor, everything, but it was sitting out on the front porch underneath. It was covered, but not covered, if you understand what I'm saying. This is what I'm probably going to put in that wagon. It's another reason why I wanted that Ford Ranger back, because in the bed of that Ranger was a old school 700R4, old school meaning 81 to 86, that still has a screw-in speedometer cable. This car, the 77, actually has the same transmission in it. It has a turbo 400, has 2 Pinto 4-speeds, it has a Saginaw 3-speed and electric overdrive in it. That's why I wanted that truck back. I could not physically pick some of those transmissions up and pull them over top of the bed with the roof laying on it. That's why I thought they were gone forever. I asked the guy, I said, man, don't bust your butt, but if you can pull this thing out, you call me, I'll come get it with a trailer. And I'll be doggone, I showed up, he didn't call me. I got off work and drove by there and everything was sitting out in the yard. They were still there. So that's why it's here. Okay, something most of you have never seen. May have heard, but probably have never seen. This, I've run the numbers on it, I can't remember the exact year. There's the heads to it and the crank sitting back there. Maybe you can see them, maybe you can't. Kind of looks odd. Some of you first timers look at that and you're saying, I've never seen a head that was shaped like that. And you notice that there's no dish in the head there that's closest to the garage door. You notice it's flat at the bottom. There is no combustion chamber. This is a, if I recall, I think it's a 60. I'll have to run the numbers again. 348 Chevrolet. It's the first what they call Gen 1 big block, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on it, but I think this is the Gen 1 big block. Came out in 1958. I think it ran until 64, maybe 5. 65 to 396 came out. So that was the Gen, I'm going to call it the Gen 2 big block. That was the first big block. Anyway, it has also sat out, and she is junk, but it is kind of a conversation piece. So it's not worth rebuilding. I don't know how good the block is. I'm having trouble finding a machine shop that can do this, because if you know, I told you about the flat head, the combustion chamber is actually built into the cylinder itself, so it takes different tools. You just can't use a standard bore machine on these to bore them and do this kind of stuff. It's got a crankshaft, it's got heads, it's got blocks, it's got all the main caps, no bolts. Does not have an oil pan, does not have a timing cover, does not have an oil pump or pickup tube, does not have a flywheel, does not have a balancer. However, let's go out here real quick. I'm going to show you how bad this thing is. It does have rods and pistons. They are completely garbage. Right now they're putting plastic on it. I think she sat underwater for a long time. Even the rods to me are no good. So yeah, they ain't worth nothing. And the other thing I got with it that I need to take inside is the factory 4-barrel intake manifold. That is specific for that 348 409. For those of you who don't know, then 409 came out, you probably heard the song. I think it came out in 60, 61. I think it was 61. I don't remember now. Anyway, Beach Boys did a song, 409. Okay, so I was going to put I've probably said this before, I was going to actually put a 6.5 turbo diesel in that 68 wagon. That then changed to the LS swap from the 2000 GMC I pulled out. I'm going to start rebuilding that 4L60. That's the 4.8. I still have that rebuilt stock 2004 5.3 underneath that plastic hanging on an engine stand. I thought about putting that in there, but now that I got a big block, it's not the right year. It's 4 years off. But man, it's hard to beat a big block, and I probably will do nothing else to it. So, or with it. I don't have anything else to put it in that would be, you know, I mean, I could put it in this car, but I'm just not going to. So anyway, that's where we're at. I am going to try to make some videos that are worth a crap. I just want to let you guys know more is coming. I still have a 6.0 to build for my pickup that's in the Suburban out back, that is in the backyard. If you guys recall, I put a 6.0 in a 01 Suburban several years ago. We donated to somebody and then they immediately wrecked it. So with that said, it's been sitting for a long time, but she'll still fire up. It's got a miss now. I think it's got a plug wire burnt. Don't matter. I want to rebuild it and put it in my pickup, take the pickup engine, do something with it possibly, and put it in my Malibu, because I'm going to do a rear end swap, change from a 287 to 373 gear. It's going to go more quarter miley, I think, more fun, because right now the quickest car I have is the BMW, well, when it run. So you know, we have to do something about that. Outside of that, I have another 6.0 coming that my son-in-law wants for his 2005 Chevrolet pickup. I haven't told him yet. So if he sees this video, he may finally learn about it. I picked it up. Well, it's not here. I don't have room for it. The guy said he'd hold it for me. He's a good friend of mine. He's not going to hose me on it. So I will bring that here. I'm going to leave it up to him to see what kind of build he wants, whether he wants something kind of hot roddy or whether he just wants something that's got more bottom end, you know. So we'll go for it. It's got a 5.3 in it now. So we'll see on that end of it. And I really need to do something with this 302. And I I don't know whether I'm going to rebuild it right away, because I don't know when I want to be able to get on this, because right now the Suburban rear end, it takes priority. The BMW I may have to haul to Wichita, and if I can't figure this out pretty quick, I'm just going to haul it to somebody, have them work on it. I hate giving up on something, but I don't have the necessary equipment to work on the electronics on a BMW. So I can read codes, I can do that, but that doesn't help me. It doesn't tell me what's wrong with it. So that's probably what we're going to do. I'd like to get on this 402 and get it tore down, get it rebuilt. I'll probably go ahead and put a little bigger pistons in it, like the older, you know, dome pistons, and put, you know, get her up to 10 and a half, 11 to 1 compression, a big cam. Just have some fun with it. Again, the wagon may never be a, you know, an actual, but you can't, it's not, you can't street these. Depends on the transmission you got and the gear ratio you run, but you know, we'll see. So anyway, guys, that's it. I also got to get on this. The bad thing about this car with the missing windows, whether they're here, they're just not in the car, and the windshield gone, is I can't set it outside, especially with bare metal. So I at least need to get this done. What I may end up having to do is to buy a inflatable, portable, whatever you want to call it, paint booth, and set it right outside this door. When this thing gets close, I can be able to get it out there on a good day, and get some primer on it at least. And you know, I'd really like to get some paint on it, and then that way I can put the glass back in it, have windshield put in it, get the glass back in it, and you know, that way if it needs to sit outside for a short time, you know, while I'm still finishing up. It shouldn't take that long to get done. I know the car is in really rough shape. I got to finish the floors, got to get this quarter replaced, and then got to do something with the dash. That's then interior. So I don't know. All right, guys. Good luck in your 2021. That's kind of where we're all at. We're just kind of along for the ride right now, it looks like. So I'll get back with you as soon as I get a better project, or maybe I'll go through some of the videos I already had on some of the stuff and put them out. You know, just kind of get started into 2021. I'm sorry it's taking so long for you guys. I think I'm almost up to 600 subscribers. Thank you all very much. I'm not making anything on this, so don't think that you know, because I'm no good at this. I don't expect to make any money at this. That's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing this originally for this car, for the boy, and is a first project to be kicked to the curb. So we definitely got to get back on this and get back to. I know a lot of guys like the LS stuff, and a lot of people, excuse me, like the LS stuff, and so we'll get back on it. I promise. All right, see you in a few.